Today, this is Robert. Today I want to do an unboxing and review of the Khaw-Fee hand grinder. Well, you can see that I've actually taken the contents out of the box. Of course, this does not come in the box, nor does this dish. However, these do actually come in the box. And it comes in very nice cylindrical bubble wrap here to protect the device. So I did some research out on the internet because I was looking for a hand grinder for freshly ground coffee that I could get consistency in the grind. And the hand grinders tend to do that better than anything else. And of the hand grinders, I found there's two different types of burrs. One is a metallic burr, which can rust due to moisture or oils being stuck on the burr, or in the case of coffee, it is a ceramic burr. And so what I'm going to do is quickly overview the components which make up the Khaw-Fee hand grinder. Again, you can find Khaw-Fee, Khaw-Fee, on the internet at the name Khaw-Fee.com. Alright, so what comes in the box? This lid, which would actually go on top of the base here should there be excess grounds after the manual grinding. Set that aside. Of course, instructions, it's quite simple. What I would offer Khaw-Fee to consider is give somewhat of a recommendation on the number of revolutions to achieve a fine grain or a fine grind, a medium grind. Otherwise, the instructions are succinct and to the point. It also comes with a brush that would help you clean off the ceramic burr. Everything that's within here can be washed, and all the metallic parts are reported to be stainless steel. So what comes with this thing? So I'm going to disassemble it a little bit to kind of outline what it looks like. So this is a locking screw, nice heavy duty screw. Of course, the handle with a heavy duty plastic grip on it. There's a silicone lid which frankly fits right over the handle and slips right on, so you don't even really need to take the lid off unless you're going to clean it. Set that aside. So what's below here? There is a removable kind of a locking device that locks down on this adjustment nut. As you can see, this adjustment nut has a variety of teeth on it, and what happens, since this screw head up at the top, the sides are shaved a little bit, and a feature where it kind of locks in. You can't just set this on anywhere, it just won't go. So this is a locking device. So the adjustment screw, let me disassemble this here. You just simply unscrew it, and on the base is another silicone wrap to help prevent slippage and banging of glass on stone countertops. But down below, the ceramic burr is dropped by gravity by spinning the screw. And you can see the play here, which means there's play here. The burrs are really two different types of teeth that grind up against each other. I would not recommend spinning this thing down all the way tight, which retracts this completely, and trying to spin the handle. That would be creating friction on the two ceramic burr points. So the other point of recommendation for Khaw-Fee to consider in future versions is create some type of mark so you know where your adjustment screw is in relation to the axle. Because once you start spinning this thing, you really don't have an idea of how far you've gone. So what I did is I just used a marker and created a little mark here, and then I did the same thing on the base. And so what I do is I spin it, whether it's a quarter, half, 3/4, all the way around. One revolution. That's just one right there. So I use a French press for the most part, and so what I find is somewhere between a full revolution, that's 360 degrees, to, well, 1 1/4, maybe 1 1/2 is the best point for a French press coarse grind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this into place Again, there's only one way this can go on. And if you happen to find it, oh, I can't quite get it down, we just shift this wheel just enough to get it to sit. So there it is. Now you put the handle on. Handle can also go on only one, well, actually one way, or 180 degrees the other way. Spin this down, and again, I would advise against spinning this handle when there's nothing in here. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put this on here. Just a couple spins, locks it in place, and this slips right on over. When I put the coffee beans in, you'll see that this can just slip on easy. So for now, I'm just going to let it dangle off the edge. I'm going to do 1 scoop of my medium coffee, which is 7 grams of coffee. I'll just put it down in there for your demonstration pleasure. I'll put this on here. Side note is that when I use the other coffee grinder, remember I bought 2, from the time it takes me to boil my water on an electric kettle, which boils pretty fast, I can hand grind enough coffee beans, that's 4 scoops of those, to create 32 ounces of coffee. So you can actually hand grind pretty quick. And so I'm gonna, you can grab it here and spin. You hear that grind? Or some people can grab it here. What I prefer to do is I like to keep my elbows in to my sides, and I like to use both of my arms. Just a light spin, not really fast. Recommend against using some type of power device to rapidly grind the coffee in the ceramic burr. Again, you don't want the ceramic burr to get messed up. So after I'm done spinning this out, which I'm almost done already, this is just for 7 grams of coffee, you'll actually start to feel less tension on the grinder as you're spinning around when you're done. And yep, there it is. Now it's gotten loose. So I just kind of, since I have a silicone base, a light bang, hold firmly on this. And actually this is I've got my other grinder calibrated. This is a little bit finer than what I would like for French press. So this is more of a medium to medium fine grind that I would use in another brewing mechanism. So what you do is you kind of play with it up here on this adjustment wheel. Play with it until you find the grind that fits your brewing style, and then lock it in. So what I plan to do is, since I have 2 of these and I have 2 different ways to brew coffee in the house, I will, and actually this might be pretty close to my other brewing method, my desire, so it's a finer grind, is I'll keep one for the finer grind and I use my other one for a coarse grind and just leave them put, and therefore not mess with the adjustment wheel at all. But all in all, I tell you what, I've had this thing for a couple weeks now, and I really like the product. Again, out on the market, you're going to find a variety of hand grinders, somewhat similar, if not even very close to this design, but you're not going to find the price point and the lifetime warranty, or at least I didn't find in my couple days of research of a similar product. So yes, I like Khaw-Fee's hand grinder, and encourage you to look further into their product line and see if it's something that you might enjoy. It certainly has worked for us. Well, again, this is Robert. Thanks for your view. Have a great day.